Just moments ago, we saw President Trump go on the attack.
And this may be the angriest we've seen him since taking office.
President Trump was defending his response to Charlottesville. Critics say he didn't say enough the first time on Sunday. He gave a follow-up statement on Monday, and then today, he didn't hold back.
You had some fine people, but you also had troublemakers, and you see them come with the black outfits and with the helmets and with the baseball bats. You had a lot of bad people in the other group too.
Who has treated unfairly, sir? I'm sorry, I just didn't understand what you were saying. You were saying the press has treated white nationalists unfairly?
No.
I just didn't understand what you were saying.
No. There were people in that rally, and I looked the night before. If you look, there were people protesting very quietly the taking down of the statue of Robert E. Lee. I'm sure in that group there were some bad ones. The following day it looked like they had some rough, bad people. Neo-Nazis, white nationalists, whatever you want to call them. But you had a lot of people in that group that were there to innocently protest and very legally protest because, you know, I don't know if you know, they had a permit. The other group didn't have a permit. So I only tell you this. There are two sides to a story. I thought what took place was a horrible moment for our country, a horrible moment. But there are two sides to the country. Does anybody...
Another big moment was when the president was asked about the alt-right movement.
What about the alt-left that came charging at the, as you say, the alt-right? Do they have any semblance of guilt?
Let
me ask you this. What about the fact they came charging with clubs in their hands, swinging clubs? Do they have any problem? I think they do. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, that was a horrible, horrible day. Wait a minute. I'm not finished. I'm not finished, fake news. That was a horrible day. I will tell you something. I watched those very closely, much more closely than you people watched it. And you have, you had a group on one side that was bad, and you had a group on the other side that was also very violent. And nobody wants to say that, but I'll say it right now.
Now, this all comes after more trouble today at Emancipation Park. There was a man being interviewed, as you see him right here. He's dressed in a Confederate uniform. Now, some people in that park asked why he was getting a platform, saying it was disrespectful to the woman who was killed. It turned into an hour-long argument, but the man in that uniform did actually say that the man who drove into that crowd should serve time. This, as you know, all stems from several cities, including Charlottesville, planning to remove Confederate statues.
And it is important in this to remember that a young woman was killed. Tomorrow, there will be a memorial service for Heather Heyer. The 32-year-old died after officers say a white nationalist rammed his car into a group of counter-protesters. 19 others were hurt in that attack.